President Harold B. Lee, 11th president of the church and one of the great teachers in the church, put his counsel in easy-to-understand terms. Said he, "You see, when one becomes a holder of the priesthood, he becomes an agent of the Lord. He should think of his calling as though he were on the Lord's errand." Close quote. Now, some of you may be shy by nature or consider yourselves inadequate to respond affirmatively to a calling. Remember, this is not yours and mine alone. It's the Lord's work. And when we're on the Lord's errand, we're entitled to the Lord's help. Remember that the Lord will shape the back to bear the burden placed upon it. While the formal classroom may be intimidating at times, some of the most effective teaching takes place other than in the chapel or the classroom. Well, do I remember that about this season some years ago, members holding the Aaronic priesthood would eagerly look forward to an annual outing commemorating the restoration of the Aaronic priesthood. By the busload, the young men of our state journeyed 90 miles north to the Clarkston Cemetery, where we viewed the grave of Martin Harris, one of the 3 witnesses of the Book of Mormon, while surrounding the beautiful granite shaft which marks his grave. A high counselor, Bishop Glenn L. Rudd, would present background concerning the life of Martin Harris, read from the Book of Mormon his testimony, and then bear his own witness to the truth. The young men listened with rapt attention, touched the gentle and granite marker, and pondered the words they had heard and the feelings they had felt. At a park in Logan, lunch was enjoyed. The group of young men would then lie down on the lawn at the Logan Temple and gaze upward at its lofty spires. Often beautiful white clouds would hurry past the spires, moved along by a gentle breeze. The purpose of temples was taught. Covenants and promises became much more than words. The desire to be worthy to enter those temple doors entered those youthful hearts. Heaven was very close. Learning what we should learn was assured. Number 2, do what we should do. In a revelation on priesthood given through Joseph Smith the prophet, recorded as the 107th section of the Doctrine and Covenants, learning moves to doing. As we read, "Wherefore now let every man learn his duty and to act in the office in which he is appointed in all diligence." Each priesthood holder attending this session tonight has a calling to serve, to put forth his best efforts in the work assigned to him. No assignment is menial in the work of the Lord, for each has eternal consequences. President John Taylor warned us, if you do not magnify your calling, God will hold you responsible for those whom you might have saved had you done your duty. And who of us can afford to be responsible for the delay of eternal life of a human soul? If great joy is the reward of saving one soul, then how terrible must be the remorse of those whose timid efforts have allowed a child of God to go unwarned or unaided so that he has to wait till a dependable servant of God comes along. Close quote. The old adage is ever true. Do your duty, that is best. Leave unto the Lord the rest. Most service given by priesthood holders is accomplished quietly, without fanfare. A friendly smile, a warm hand clasp, A sincere testimony of truth can literally lift lives, not pianos, change human nature, and save precious souls. An example of such service was the missionary experience of Julius and Dorothy Fusek, who were called to fill a 2-year mission in Poland. Brother Fusek was born in Poland. He spoke the language. He loved the people. Sister Fusek was English and knew little of anything of Poland and its people. But trusting in the Lord, they embarked on their assignment. The living conditions were primitive, their work lonely, their task immense. A mission had not at that time been established in Poland. The assignment given the Fuseks was to prepare the way, that a mission could be established so that other missionaries could be called to serve, people could be taught, converts could be baptized, branches could be established, and chapels erected. Did Elder and Sister Fusek despair because of the enormity of their assignment? Not for a moment. They knew their calling was from God. They prayed for His divine help, and they devoted themselves wholeheartedly to their work. They remained in Poland not 2 years, but 5 years. All of the foregoing objectives were realized. The elders Russell M. Nelson, Hans B. Rinker, and I, accompanied by Elder Fusek, met with Minister Adam Łopatka of the Polish government. We heard him say, I quote, "Your church is welcome here. You may build your buildings. You may send your missionaries. You are welcome in Poland." Words from heaven. This man, pointing to Julius Fusek, has served your church well. You can be grateful for his example and his work. Close quote. Like the Fuseks, let us do what we should do in the work of the Lord. Then we can, with Julius and Dorothy Fusek, echo the psalm, "My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep." Third, be what we should be. Paul counseled his beloved friend and associate Timothy, "Be thou an example of the believers, in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity." I would urge all of us to pray concerning our assignments and to seek divine help that we might be successful in accomplishing that which we are called to do. Someone has said that the recognition of a power higher than man himself does not in any sense debase him. He must seek, believe in, pray, and hope that he will find. No such sincere prayer effort by prayer will go unanswered. That is the way, constitution of the philosophy of faith. Divine favor will attend those who humbly seek it. From the Book of Mormon comes counsel that says it all. The Lord speaks, "Therefore what manner of men ought ye to be? Verily I say unto you, even as I am."